Featherweight crown at stake. There's the tail of the tape. The champion, 27-year-old Alexis Argüello. This will be his 5th title defense against Rafael Bazooka Limón, 24 years of age. Obvious differences in height and reach favoring Argüello. Now the ring announcer for the introductions.
Round Super Featherweight Championship sanctioned by the World Boxing Council. Introducing in the corner to my left, the #1 WBC challenger from Texcala, Mexico. He wears the yellow trunks, 129 pounds. Here is Rafael Bazooka Limón. His opponent this afternoon is the WBC Super Featherweight champion. He hails from Managua, Nicaragua. He wears the blue trunks, 130 pounds even. Here is devastating Alexis Argüello.
The fight is
15 rounds. Tony Perez is your referee.
The fight is thus introduced by ring announcer Jackie Lee. Argüello with a record of 61-4, 50 victories by knockout, a devastating puncher. Razor blades in the gloves, cuts the opponent. Limón, a record of 41-8-2. 30 knockouts. Argüello, as I said, about to undertake his 5th title defense. And the ring size is 20 feet. No 3 knockdown rule. No saving by the bell. Mandatory 8 count, of course. Scoring on a 10-point must system. The referee, the very well-known Tony Perez. The judges, Artie, Ayala, also very well-known, and Shain. And the bell for round 1. The action gets underway. Argüello, the back towards you, the blue trunks. And Limón in the yellow, or perhaps lime trunks, if you wanted to be technical. Lemon, let's say lemon. Limón fights from the southpaw stance. Though a natural right-hander, he learned to fight as a southpaw. As I said, obvious disadvantages in height and reach. But there are those who do believe that Argüello, a stand-up, straight-ahead fighter for the most part, without a lot of movement, has difficulty punching down. We'll see if that happens in this fight. First round action. Good left. And immediately, Limón is hurt and shaking his head. Now, back to the action. Perez checking out Limón again. I told you Perez is a well-known referee. First made his mark in an early Joe Frazier fight in the main Madison Square Garden here. Then refereed the second Frazier-Ali fight. Frazier criticized him. Then refereed the Ali-Wetner fight. And Ali criticized him, and Perez sued Ali in court. There is blood already on Limón, under the left eye. Dropping down to the shoulder, but under the eye, so as we frequently observe, will not affect this. Right now, Argüello scoring heavily with lefts and rights, and again the right. And it's all Argüello in this first round. Limón, the #1 WBC rated challenger. But so far, the obvious advantages of reach and height have stood Argüello in good stead. And of course, I told you about razor blades in his gloves, the cutting propensity, and already he's made his mark. The right gets into that right eye of Limón's, where the cut is just under. Limón trying to fight back, scored with a wild right to the left jaw of Argüello. Limón scored with a couple of blows. Argüello wanting a quick knockout. Actually, in a clash of heads, it may have been the butt. We're going to take a look at it after the round, if time permits, to see if it was an Argüello butt that opened that cut, caused Limón to walk away. There's the end of the round. Now let's see if we have that in replay and in slow motion. Now, look at Argüello's head. Well, so hard to tell, but from this angle. That's where Limón went to his face and complained about the butt to Tony Perez. Argüello's back was to us as the butt connected. Now, I'm working over Limón's eye, as you can see, where the butt was. Later, I'll try to get some words from Tony Perez. Get his view of it. Here comes Tony to me now. Tony, was that a butt? Tony Perez says no. So forget the picture. It was not a butt. Told you the angle could be misleading. The bell for round 2. Tough, scrappy kid. Very popular. Hit there by a left and right combination. Very popular Limón is in Los Angeles. Mexican born. Of course, Argüello from Nicaragua. And he marched out with the Sandinista flag, the liberation flag. Nicaragua and Baku country in a state of revolution. Somoza apparently on the verge of resigning. Open U.S. State Department pressure to get him to do so. Second round action. Argüello looking to measure Limón. Wanting a quick ending if he can get it. First round, it appeared he might. Limón keeping the gloves up in front of the face, trying to cover. They worked effectively over the cut under the eye between rounds. It has not been reopened yet. A left by Limón, picked off by Argüello. A good left to the stomach by Limón and a good right by Argüello. Limón, as you see, missing with 3 straight blows. He's a scrapper. What he must not do is leave himself open for the lethal weapons that Argüello possesses. Lethal in each fist. Good right by Argüello. Hurt Limón. Limón back with a good left. Punching upward, scored with a good left to Argüello's right cheek. This is an action fight, and Limón is unafraid. Argüello in that familiar straight up, straight ahead stance we saw him employ twice against Alfredo Escalera. Now there's a little blood above the right eye of Limón. Right above. Limón again with the left. The end of round 2. And I'll tell you, the crowd is getting some excitement from little Bazooka Limón. Back live at the Fell Forum, round 3 just underway. The crowd excited, and understandably so. An action-packed second round with Limón walking right into Argüello, scoring several times with the left to the point where they had to work on Argüello's right eye between rounds. You just heard the crowd again as Limón scored with the left, keeping his gloves well up. You may look for Argüello as Limón scored in the clinch with the right. You may look for Argüello to go down to the midsection. Round 3. Argüello had a tremendous start in the first round. The second round, Limón got right by Argüello. That's what you have to look for with Argüello, the devastating punching power. Again, a good left by Limón. Kid doesn't stop. Comes into Argüello. Look at Limón. Argüello with a good left. A slugfest. Argüello with a good right. Cleaner punches, harder punches than Limón is connecting with. But the kid doesn't retreat. Standing there, toe-to-toe. A good right by Argüello and a good right uppercut by little Bazooka Limón. So far, nothing but action in this fight as we have gone 1 minute 50 seconds into round 3. Screaming now from Limon's corner as we approach the 2-minute mark in the 3rd round. You see the kid putting up some scrap. Short in reach, but he is not a short-arm fighter. That right lead, much longer than the reach would lead you to believe. Good right there by Argüello. Argüello with the straighter, more powerful punches. A good left by Limón. Every time Limón scores, the crowd goes wild. 15 seconds left in the 3rd round. Limón fighting back with everything he's got. Lucking him, throwing leather. Blood pouring out of Limon's left nostril. Limón staggered by an Argüello right. The end of the round at hand. City, part of Madison Square Garden. Round 4 just underway. It's been a violent scrap, action-packed, dominated by Argüello as I see it. But still, Argüello's right eye is red, and the courage of little Bazooka Limón coming into Argüello steadily, scoring with his own lefts has been something exciting to see. As I said, blood at the end of the round when Limón was staggered by an Argüello right. Blood from the left nostril and blood from above the right eye. A good right by Argüello. Another good right by Argüello. See how straight and sharp those punches are. But this kid can take it, or at least has thus far. Using the right lead from the southpaw stance. Trying to keep Argüello at bay. If we get a chance, look at where Argüello stands. Crowd roared as Limón came in with a right and a left. We'd like to alert our local stations along the line that if action permits, at the end of this round, we'll take a station break. 4th round action. Argüello staying outside the right foot, as is the posture to be taken against the southpaw. There you can see the foot position. Again, a good left by Limón. Argüello started the round fast with 2 sharp, straight rights. This kid doesn't waver, does he? Limón trying to get a left into the midsection, which did not score strongly. See Limón throwing that right lead. And as I noted, he is not a short-arm fighter, though he's at a reach disadvantage. Argüello went to the midsection. Limón fighting back. And the crowd loving it. Right back with more of the Argüello-Limón WBC World Super Featherweight Championship fight. After this word from our locals. All right, we're back live. Round 5 just underway. Howard Cosell reporting from ringside at the Bell Forum in Madison Square Garden. And little Bazooka Limón has excited this crowd. In 2 of the 4 rounds, he took a severe beating. Blood drawn from the right eye above and below and from the left nostril. But at the same time, his own left has gotten in and has reddened the corner of Argüello's right eye. And while Argüello staggered him once, he has not flawed him. And the kid is courageous and keeps coming on. And so the crowd has loved what it's been saying. Tony Perez, the referee. The fight's called in the 10-point must system. Arturo Hernandez and Enrique Hernandez and Don Kahn working in Argüello's corner. Jorge Ugalde, the trainer, and Carlo Aguilar working in Limon's corner. And they've had a lot of work to do in both corners. Should have known that this kid was a tough cookie, Limón. Good enough to have beaten Bobby Chacon once, fought to a technical draw another time. That long, straight right of Argüello's got in there. 5th round action. See that flicking right southpaw jab. Southpaw style jab of Limón. The right, of course. Again, Limón complains about a butt. Argüello goes at him while he's complaining and unprotected. The crowd didn't like it. Argüello getting in another right. Now Argüello with the left jab. Limón trying to work to the midsection. Comes up with the right and then the left to the head. Always coming at Argüello, bringing the fight right to him. Alexis knows he's in a battle. This kid is a scrapper. He's not the prettiest stylist in the world. He's got blood now underneath the left eye as well as underneath the right eye. Blood is pouring down from underneath the left eye of Limón. Those straight, sharp punches of Argüello, the straight-up fighter, connected. Much cleaner punching, much stronger punching ability than Limón. Blood all over Limon's chest, rolling down to the stomach. Limón got in a good left and opened up a cut with that left under Argüello's right eye. The bell into the 5th round. And now let's take a look at this alleged butt. Now watch. Right against the forehead, which was the complaint of Limón. He came back with a left. Now he holds his head where he claims he was butted. And let's see once again if we can get Tony Perez. Tony! Tony! Tony Perez again says no butt. Says it was in effect an erroneous complaint. All we can do is report to you what the referee tells us and then show you our pictures. But if there was a butt that Perez didn't say, it was on the forehead. The blood is from cuts. And Limon's corner is doing a superb job between rounds of closing those cuts as we begin the action here live at Felt Forum, Madison Square Garden, 6th round. Now you see Argüello going down to the midsection, as we had suggested in an earlier round. That will take its toll, too. 6th round action, championship fight, WBC super featherweight crown at stake. Sooner or later, Argüello's going to have to fight as a lightweight. Once again, he had trouble making the weight for this bout. Originally a featherweight, he outgrew that. Won the title from Escalera, and now defending it for the 5th time. Break. You saw Argüello with a vicious left that reopened the cut above the right eye of Limón. And so the blood pours down again. 6th round action, a good left and a right uppercut by Argüello. Frankly, I don't know how Limón has not gone down. at some point in this fight. As gutsy as the kid is, as relatively often as he scored with his left in the wake of the right lead jab from the southpaw spin. Another good left by Argüello. Clean, sharp, direct, crisp. Minute 50 seconds into the 6th round. By the way, they are fighting, of course, with 8-ounce gloves, Mexican manufactured. They are Reyes, R-E-Y-E-S gloves. They're not like the obnoxious Mexican gloves with the outer seam that produced a bloodbath in Rimini when last Argüello fought Escalera. These gloves were requested by both fighters. Both corners agreed. Limon's face, just a mess of blood. Argüello, with some redness in the corner of his eye, suffered a slight welt under the right eye last round, but that's been patched up. Yes, that's right. Now Limón is having trouble. The disadvantage of reach showing more and more as Limón begins to show fatigue. Coming to the end of this, the 6th round. We're back live. Round 7. Argüello against Limón. It's been an action fight. Now, looking back upon the last round, retrospectively, reflectively, I wonder if Argüello has hurt the right hand at all. We will try to find out from Argüello's corner, if we can. Already, blood is open on the right cheek of Limón. But watching the way Argüello is holding the right hand, as Tony Perez, the referee, breaks them up, I don't see him using it the way he had been in the earlier rounds. Study it for yourself. Four rope strands, tight ropes, well padded, as rope should be. 4 rope strands, safer than 3, less likelihood of the fighter being knocked out onto the ring apron or falling through. That was the right by Argüello. Really the first right he's thrown in this round. That was a good right by Argüello. No sign of hurt there. Maybe he's just keeping it up there, measuring Limón. A right poise, thrown only twice in this, the 7th round. And the corner tells us that the right hand is not hurt. Repeat, not hurt. Argüello's corner. 7th round action, the pace somewhat slackened. Still the face of Limón, a mass of blood. This kid really has guts. Good right by Argüello. Another good right by Argüello. Limón with a left into the chest. The end of the round. Madison Square Garden, first Sunday night bout ever in the history of the state. Round 8. Sunday afternoon, I should have said. Correction. Rafael, Bazooka, Limón, leading with a left and scoring. A kid of tremendous courage. He's been cut to pieces and was just jarred again by one of those Argüello rights. 30 seconds into round 8. to be against the law to fight on Sundays in New York. Governor Carey and the legislature changed that, enacting legislation making it permissible. Good right by Limón. And the crowd again loves it. How they love the underdog. But already the blood is pouring down over Limón's right eye. Right there you can see it. Perez, the referee, breaking them up, scoring on a 10-point must system. Fight scored by the referee, the two judges, Artie Ayala and Shain. Has the right again. Occasionally you will see Limón wiping the blood off that right eye with one of his gloves. Argüello probably thought he would finish this much earlier, but he has not been able to. Limón doesn't throw the lefts with the frequency that he did in the early rounds, the first three. Notice movement there by Limón around the ring. Missing Limón with a right and with a left. Good right by Argüello, and then a left. Argüello measuring, going down to the midsection with the right. No question about that right hand now. And the corner says there never was. Argüello with a good left. Left. It is the same flow of blood that we have had in every round from Limón's right eye, above it and below it. And the kid keeps coming. And we have 15 seconds left in the round. Coming up, the end of the round. Against Limón, WBC super featherweight crown at stake. Argüello defending. Once in the old Broadway musical, there was a song, "You Gotta Have Heart," and Bazooka Limón sure does. He is undergoing a bloodbath, but still he stands. He has not hit the canvas yet. The clean, direct punching of Argüello dominating, but right there, Limón getting in. He gets in with occasional blows, and the crowd loves him for it. An obvious reach and height disadvantage. Not throwing punches with the frequency that he did in the first three rounds. Argüello straight up, straight ahead, puncher, fighter. Ninth round action. Good left by Limón. Up over Argüello's right glove on the infighting. Limón coming up with the right. Once and then again. And immediately you saw the left glove pawing at the right eye, wiping the blood away by Limón as the blood pours down again. I really don't know how his corner has kept him going. They've done a good job, but what's kept him going is what's inside of him. A good left by Limón. A minute, 40 seconds into the ninth round. The kid still stands there, seeking to exchange punches. And sometimes scoring. Don't be misled. It's a one-sided fight for Argüello as we score it up till now. Tremendous punishment inflicted under Rafael Limón. Ninth round, 50 seconds left and counting down. And repeat, there have been no knockdowns in the fight. That left was picked off by Argüello's right. Clearly, despite the flow of blood from Limón's right eye above and below it, there has been no relative impairment of vision. Otherwise, he couldn't have fought this long. And Perez would have stopped the bout. 20 seconds left in round 9. left eye. The end of the round at hand. Square Garden, round 10. Argüello against Limón. WBC super featherweight crown at stake. Limón taking as much punishment as you would want to see a man take, and much more than that. Bleeding profusely every round, ever since the first round, but scoring on occasion himself. And with such tremendous courage, you've got to see it to believe it. You can see the blood on his right thigh and on his right calf. Blood that they didn't have time to wipe off in the corner. Every round, the cuts reopen above and below the right eye, and the left eye, too, for that matter. Still, he has not gone down. Staggered twice in the fight. Good right by Argüello in the wake of a left to the belly. Already the blood again from the right eye, and you saw the left glove paw at that blood in the right eye. Left getting in there again by Argüello. 10th round. Good straight right lead by Argüello. You wonder about Limón's breathing as the blood keeps pouring down into the mouth. But he fights on. Minute and a half into round 10. To the belly, and then a right by Argüello, and then up with the left again. Limón not connecting in this round so far. Pawing with the right lead from the southpaw style, but not connecting, and fatigue clearly setting in. Would like to alert our local stations along the line that if the action permits at the end of this round, we'll take a station break. 10th round, 50 seconds left and counting down. Argüello, poised, measuring the opponent. Has to be wondering what keeps that kid up. Courage, that's what keeps him up. 20 seconds left in this, the 10th round. We'll be right back with more of the Limón WBC World Super Featherweight Championship fight after this word from our local station. Form in the Garden, round 11. Argüello, Alexis Argüello to the right of your screen. Rafael, Bazooka, Limón to the left. Between rounds, I checked with Dr. Frank Guarino, the ring doctor, about that cut on the right side of Limón's face that's been bleeding so profusely. Guarino says it might be more technically called the forehead, rather than above the eye, just over the right brow. Call it what you will, the flow of blood has been there from the very opening round. And it's bleeding now, all over again. Good, clean right by Argüello. And Limón trying to punch upward, but with less and less success as the rounds progress. Right against the point of bleeding by Argüello. Another right against the chest. And Limón not able to rally back the way he had been earlier. Tony Perez, the referee, breaking up the fighters. Argüello still looking to end it. This is the 11th round. Unable to. Has never even been able to floor Limón. A testimony to the grit. Now, check it. Now, Perez finally stops it in the 11th round. And as I look at that cut right above me, I'm not a ring doctor, but it appears to be both over the eye and on the brow, right above the brow, or maybe right in it. Can't tell himself from this posture will take Dr. Frank Guarino's word that it was more on the brow than above the eye itself. In any event, Rocky Limón put up as gallant a performance as you could have wanted to see. Handicapped from the start by reach and height disadvantages as they now towel the blood off the fight. That's a brutal cut. Al Silvani, who is back, not in the corner, but with Argüello for this fight.
On the 11th round, referee Tony Perez stops the bout. The winner and still WBC Super Featherweight Champion, Alexis Argüello.
So Argüello has successfully defended for the 5th time. A bout that he dominated, but a bout that the crowd roundly enjoyed because Limón would not stop coming at Argüello, and his courage was just tremendous. Technically, the time, 1 minute 40 seconds of the 11th round. There is the winner, and still